Hi guys, my name is Rob, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I am going to be talking about my career transition into tech, basically. My background is in mechanical engineering, and I've also got some experience with my own entrepreneurial ventures. And now I've come to a juncture in my career where I'm looking to move into tech, specifically into one of a range of product roles. I'm going to be talking about different types of roles and the different types of companies in a later video. Um, but the reason I've decided to do this and to sort of document my journey in videos is twofold. Firstly, the new role I'm going into will require a lot of comfort with speaking and influencing people and persuading people and involving stakeholders and telling stories. And so I want to develop my skill set in that. And secondly, I know there are other people going through this transition, through this journey, and if I can help one other person with sharing details of what I'm learning about and what my experience of going through this process is like, then it is worthwhile. Um, yeah, so today's topic is going to be about something that came up in one of my recent interviews. I was interviewing for a technical delivery manager position in a new fintech startup, and one of the early challenges I had to prepare for one of the interviews was a 30, 60, 90-day plan. So I'm going to talk you through what that plan is, what it involves, why I was asked to do it, how I approached it, and give you a run through of what I presented to the team. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so here it is. And here is my 30, 60, 90-day plan. You might be able to tell if you recognize this software. I've made it in Notion, um, and I have received excellent feedback about how well that went. I spoke to the hiring manager after this round of interview and was told that often they receive 30, 60, 90-day plans in the form of a PowerPoint, PDF, and it's all pretty dull and not interactive, quite difficult to work with, quite difficult to give feedback on. Um, I've structured mine in a Notion page, and I will share a link to this in the description of the video so you can duplicate it and adapt it for your own needs if you like. But basically, 30, 60, 90-day plan, it's what are you going to do and what do you look to achieve? What are your key milestones for your first 30, 60, and 90 days within a new role, typically in a management position? And what that structures is the first 30 days, in a nutshell, is you're learning as much as possible. You don't know anything about the business, you don't know anything about your new team, and you are canvassing as much opinion and information as possible. You're learning about the people you're going to be working with, you're setting up one-to-ones, you're shadowing different teams or different stakeholders for days, you're having lots of introduction calls, and you are asking people what they want from you and what they're expecting from you. You're looking to learn about the tools and processes they use to see where you might be able to optimize, and you're building out a first version of your longer term plan for your team, and you're sharing that with various stakeholders and getting buy-in on your plan. So basically, the end of this first 30-day period is to um, yeah is to have buy-in on your plan. Um, in a nutshell, in further depth, I've broken down my goals for the first 30 days into different categories. So we've got learning, personal, professional, and initiative. And in the introduction section up here, I talk about what the learning goals are. They gear me up to absorb as much information about the company as possible. Um, Personal goals, it's learning about the team members, it's learning about the stakeholders within the business, and it's building those relationships and developing trust. Professional goals, these are quantifiable things. These describe real targets that I'll be hitting in the role. And then initiative goals are more strategic initiatives, things that drive company objectives, top line things that I'll be looking to work on. You tend to see that in your first 30, maybe 60 days, you're doing more learning and personal goals. And then toward the end of the 90-day period, your shift is towards professional and initiative goals. So I just presented this Notion plan in an interview. It was a Zoom call, and I just shared my screen and ran through it, and that went down really, really well. So it's a format I would recommend. I made some notes about what I would do before I start the role, even so, being quite proactive, and that involves asking if there's people I can shadow. Are there Is there customer research you can share? Is there competitive research you can share so I can hit the ground running in day one? And yeah, so basically some learning goals, appreciation of the company, appreciation of their roadmap, their plan, some of the OKRs they're working on. That's some of like the sort of KPIs. And then, that moves through to personal things, holding first one-on-ones, agreeing project update cadence, etc. And then professional would be validating the sort of the priorities that the team are going to be working on and starting to develop some roadmap things. 60 days, basically have that roadmap, that plan built, finalized, and agreed upon with external stakeholders. So not only have I shared it in the first 30 days, at the end of the 60 days, I've now refined it with feedback and got external buy-in on that plan. And so now I'm getting a bit deeper into the product. I'm getting a bit deeper with my team, but also I'm starting to build out some professional goals. So actually executing on the things that I started to learn about and discuss in the first 30 days and starting to develop a little bit more initiative in the strategic space. Final 90 days, it's really executing on the plan that I built in the first phase. It's now that roadmap is being implemented, and we're starting to see some of the effect of the changes that I've made once I've joined the role. So you'll see the learning goals are slightly reduced, still asking lots of silly questions, still developing my leadership skills, but actually professionally and initiative goals are way more. Cool. Thank you. So there we have it, guys. That's my 30, 60, 90-day plan overview. As I say, you can download a template for Notion for that page in the description below. And any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope that was helpful. Thanks.